Hi cuties! Today we are doing this gorgeous halter top granny square. So it's basically just one really big granny square, and then we attach it at the back and we attach it at the top. So if you know how to do a granny square, this is going to be really easy for you. If you don't and you're a beginner, I'm going to be going very slow at the beginning and I'm going to be staying with y'all for 90% of the time. I'm going to stay with you for a big portion. And as long as you know how to do double crochets, half double crochets, and chains, you're gonna be so good. The way that I'm doing this granny square is a little bit different than the traditional granny square, or at least the granny square I learned as a beginner, but it's actually a lot easier than what I learned, especially for changing colors. And we are not gonna have a wrong or right side of the granny square, which is amazing. Also, weaving in the ends is not going to be a big problem with this one. I'm going to show you a fun little hack so that you're still weaving in the ends, but you really just get to knot it and tie it off without that being like a really bad issue. So that's exciting. I'm just really so grateful for each and every one of y'all that are here. This is amazing. I feel like the community that I have right now is so incredible, and I can't wait to keep growing it. So if you like my content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I have a lot of new ideas coming up, and let me know how this went for you. If you're a beginner and you have any questions, just leave it in the comments and I will answer you. I answer everybody. And let me know which is your favorite, this one or the blue one. I'm gonna have to stay with this one. This actually came out a lot cuter than I thought. I really was just using these colors for the sake of the tutorial, but I think it actually came out super cute. I love it. Let me know what you think. Comment down below what your favorite color is, and let's get started. So for materials today, I'm using 100% cotton, medium weight, and a 5mm hook. And I'm just gonna do this with 2 colors. You can do it with as many colors as you want, but I'm gonna stick to 2 just like you saw with the black and white. So to start this off, we are going to start with a magic ring. If you don't know how to do a magic ring, let me go through it really slowly. Put your yarn across your hand like this, secure it with your thumb, and wrap it around 2 of your fingers into an X. Take your pinky and secure that right there. Now take your hook, and facing down, you're going to go under this first X, over this one, twist, and then make a chain so that it's secure. Now take it off your hand. Make sure that this is on the outside, and now you could pull this string tight. And what we're going to do is chain 2. So you already chained 1, so this is a second chain, and now double crochets. So we are going to make 4 sets of 3, and this chain 2 does not count as a double crochet, it's just for the height. So yarn over, go into the ring, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. That's 1 double crochet. Do 2 more of those, so 3 double crochets in total. And now you are going to chain 1, this is the first corner, and 3 more double crochets. So now chain 1, this is your second corner, and 3 more double crochets. Now chain 1, this is your third corner, and 3 more double crochets. So now you have 1 chain space, 2 chain space, 3 chain space, chain 1, and now you are going to go into the top of this stitch with a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into this stitch, pull up a loop, and do not finish the half double crochet.
cut off your yarn because we are going to be changing colors. Also, pull this here back here tight, this magic ring tight, so it's secure. So take your second color, leave out a nice tail, and just hold this secure right here. Go ahead and finish the half double crochet by pulling through all 3 loops. Make sure there's a nice tail. And it's a little loose at first, but what you're gonna do is just grab both colors and pull it tight, and then just hold it onto your work like this to secure it. Now chain 1, and now we are going to turn our work. This just makes everything a lot easier. It makes so that there's not one right or wrong side of the granny square, and it makes your colors a lot more even. So yarn over, and into this first chain space right here, we are going to make a double crochet. Now as you go, just make sure that you lay these 2 flat over your stitches so that you are crocheting over them. 2, and we are only doing 3 double crochets into this very first corner. We're gonna finish the corner when we come back around. So now that you've done that, what you're going to do is grab these 2 colors and tie a knot. And this also just keeps everything really nice and secure. So whatever was loose here before is not loose anymore. And from here, honestly, since you already weaved them in a little bit, you can go ahead and cut them off. Or what I like to do, just to be safe, is go ahead and weave in the ends still, you know, just in case. I like to be safe sometimes, just in case you wash your stuff. You don't ever want anything to become unraveled. But if you're not a fan, which most of us are not, but if you really don't want to weave them in, you really can cut them off from here since you did weave them in at first. Into this next chain space that you made, without making a chain or anything, just yarn over, go into this chain space and make a double crochet. So yarn over, go into the chain space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And you are going to make 3 of these. And since we are on a corner, chain 1 and make 3 more double crochets. Perfect. Now without chaining, yarn over and make another double crochet into this chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're in a corner, so chain 1, 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and go into this last corner with 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 more double crochets. So where we started from, we only did 3 double crochets, so it's missing another 3 and a chain 1. So go into this last space with 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then instead of a slip stitch, I'm again gonna do the half double crochet. I know some of y'all may have learned this differently. I really like the look of how this ends up being, and I think it's a lot easier to change colors this way. So go ahead and yarn over. Go into this first stitch. Make sure you're not going into the chain 2. I just hate going into like chain spaces like the chain 3 space, so I like to just chain 2 for the height and not count it as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, this is the top of your first double crochet. Pull the loop through and you have 3 loops on your hook. Cut off this white and you're back to your first color. Leave a tail. Pull this blue through all 3 loops and then grab both of these, pull them tight, chain 2, turn your work, and into this chain space make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now grab these, make a knot, and make sure you make it tight enough to go under those stitches. You can see that. And those stitches will cover that up. Beautiful. And do you see how it really tightens everything together? Now again, in every chain space on the sides, we're going to do 3 double crochets, and in the corner you do 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 double crochets. So this is going to continue to get bigger, and on the sides you do not chain, you just go straight in with 3 double crochets. 2, 3. And now that we're at a corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 more double crochets in that same chain space. Now we're at the side, so just 3 normal double crochets, 2 and 3. And then we're at a corner, which is the only time that we chain 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 more double crochets into that same chain space. Now into the side, 3 more double crochets, and into the corner, 3, chain 1, 3 more, beautiful. I love this one because, you know what, granny squares are always gonna have holes, but I think this has like a little bit less. Also, if you want even less, you can also do a slightly smaller hook. If your yarn asks for a 5mm hook, you can go ahead and do a 4 or 4.5, and that will make your stitches even tighter together. In this side, we're doing 3 double crochets. And we're back to the beginning where we only did 3 double crochets. So you're going to go ahead and do 3 more double crochets to complete the corner. And then a chain 1. And with a half double crochet, go into the top of that first stitch. Pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Cut that string off. grab your new color, put that on your hook, and pull it through all 3 loops. And again, just grab both of these tight, pull them tight. And I like to just kind of secure it between my thumb and my finger onto my project. Chain 2, turn your work and bring these over here so you can keep it on top of the stitch. Yarn over, go into this chain space, 1 double crochet, 1 sec, 2 double crochets, and 3. Again, just go ahead, and you can do this at the end too if you want. I just want to remind you to make a knot. Hold everything nice and tight. And now go into this side chain space with 3 double crochets. And again, remember each of the side spaces get 3 double crochets in each chain space, and the corners get 3 double crochets, chain 1, and another cluster of 3 double crochets. So we just did 2 into the side, and now we're at a corner again. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 more double crochets into that same space, and we're at the side, so 3 double crochets in each of these chain spaces on the side. Three more into the next chain space and into the corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Into these 2 chain spaces, put 3 double crochets in each. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how I'm feeling about this color combination. I really like the black and white, but I want to make sure that y'all can see exactly what I'm doing. So I have to use a different color. Yarn over, go into this corner chain space with 3 double crochets, and since it's a corner, chain 1 and put 3 more double crochets into that corner. Now 3 double crochets into the side, 3 double crochets into the next chain space, and to finish off, put 3 more double crochets in here. It's missing a cluster. Chain 1, yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull the loop through. You have 3 loops on your hook. Now take your next color, put it out. First, cut this off. Take your next color, put it on your hook. Grab these 2 together and pull it tight. Chain up 2. Turn your work and keeping it tight on top of that stitch. Yarn over, go into this chain space with 1 double crochet, 2 2 double crochets, and 3 double crochets. Now tie this yarn again into a nice little knot. Tight, but not too tight. There we go. Now that that's secure, yarn over and go into this next chain space with 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. Into the next side. 1, 2, and 3. Into the next chain space, 3 more. And now that we're on a corner, 3 double crochets. Chain 1. 3 more double crochets into this corner space. And then all along this side, 3 double crochet clusters. Yarn over, go into this chain space with 3 double crochets. Next chain space, 3 double crochets. Into this last chain space, 3 double crochets. And we're back at a corner. Yarn over, pull up a loop and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Chain 1. And back into that same chain space with 3 more double crochets to complete the corner. So essentially, as you can see here, this pattern is just continuing to repeat. And as you get to the next row, there's just going to be 1 more chain space as you go. So on the sides, all you do is the 3 double crochet clusters into every side. Once you hit the corner, 3 double crochet cluster, a chain 1, 3 double crochets. So cluster here, cluster here, cluster here. And then into the corner space, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And it will continue to just repeat like this throughout the entire shirt until you get to whatever size you want. So the ties at the top of the shirt will be this way, and this will be across your chest this way. And the ties will be tying around you. So as you go, just continue measuring to your body until you get to whatever length and width you want to get to. So I'm going to keep going with you for the rest of this round just so that I can change colors with you one more time. And by then you should be good. If you're not good, go back to the round before this and it's the exact same thing, just a little bit bigger. So yarn over, do 3 double crochets into this chain space, 3 double crochets into the next chain space, 3 double crochets into the next, and now we're in a corner space. So go in with a double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 more double crochets into that same chain space. Now 1 double crochet cluster which is 3 double crochets total, into this chain space, 3 double crochets into the next chain space, three double crochets into the next chain space. Here is the last one, so we need to complete this corner. Go in with 3 double crochets, chain 1, yarn over, 1, 2, 3. This is the top of the first one. Pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Lay that down. Cut off your yarn, grab your second yarn, lay it on here like this, and go through all 3 loops. Now grab both colors. It's loose right now, but that's okay. Grab both colors, pull it tight. 1, 2. Turn your work. You don't have to worry too much about it coming loose, again, because you're gonna end up tying a knot anyway, so put these over your stitches here and hold them secure. Go into this chain space with 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3. Again, make sure that you go ahead and tie this knot. Nice and tight. And yeah, we're just gonna continue with that same pattern all the way around until you reach whatever width. And I will come back to you. Hopefully you got that by now. Trying to stay with the beginners as long as I can. So just measure it on your body until you get a big enough square that covers as much as you want it to cover. Go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to do the straps, and then we are done. Okay, so here we are after I finished the rows that I need across my chest. In the black and white one, I did do 1 extra row, but remember, as many rows as you do here, it's also gonna get longer. So this one, I just wanted to keep it a little bit shorter, but it is your choice how many rows you wanna do. Just make sure you're measuring to yourself. So we are finishing off this last corner right here. So go in here with 3 double crochets, chain 1, and now we are going to just slip stitch into that 3rd stitch, and now we are going to go into each stitch with a single crochet all the way around. If you want this side to be the front, then turn right here. I want this side to be the front, so I'm not going to be turning, but we are going to be single crocheting all along the border and then doing the straps. So go ahead with a single crochet right in here, single crochet in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, and when you get to this chain space, just go into the chain space and single crochet. And we are just going to continue this all the way around until we get to one of the corners. So in the chain space, single crochet, and then all the way through this. You can also, if you like, because this is 1, 2, 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3 stitches, you don't have to go under. You can go ahead and go into this chain space if you want. I think it looks better to actually go into the chain space, and then 1, 2, So remember, this chain space counts as 1 stitch. So when you go into this, that counts as this very first stitch right here. Does that make sense? 2, 3. Instead of going into this space, you go under into the chain space, and then 2, 3, under, 2, 3. So 1, 2 stitches on top, 1 into that chain space. And it gives it a really seamless look. I actually really like this a lot. So we are here at the end, so go 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and then this is where we are going to make the strap for the neck. So you are going to go up and chain until you get to a chain of 70. Then you're going to cut and tie off, and we're going to come back, skip this chain space, and come back right here and do another chain. So go ahead and chain up 70, and I'll meet you back. Now that you've got to 70, just tighten that chain like that, cut it off, and then on the other side, as you can see, we went into this one. This is the chain 1, so we skip that and go into the first stitch on the other side. Make a nice little slip knot. Hook that on and pull it through. And just go ahead with 70 one more time, and then I'll show you what to do next. Get to 70, pull that tight, cut off, and pull that string through. Make a slip knot, and we are going to do the same thing, single crocheting all the way until we get to the corner, and in the corner we're going to make the strings that go around your waist. So go ahead with a slip knot. I'm going to go into the same first stitch that this string came out of. Chain 1. And then put a single crochet into the next stitch. 1 single crochet into the stitch after that. 1 single crochet into the chain space. 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Into the next stitch. And then into the chain space. Make sure that you don't go back into here, because going into the chain space, well, into this space, because technically it's not a chain space. Remember, we didn't chain in between these. So going into this space right here counts as going into this first stitch. Does that make sense? Go into the space, and then 1, 2, space. So continue that all the way until you reach the corner, and I'll show you what to do next. We are right here at the corner, so go in with 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet into this stitch, and now we are right here. Now into this chain space right here, you're going to slip stitch, so pull up a loop and then just pull through without yarning over. And now we are going to chain out 100, because this is around your waist. Now that you've finished chaining that side chain, so all we have left to do is single crochet down here, around, and attach the other side of the waistband here. So let me go ahead and do this with you. go into this chain space, pull up one loop, and then into this very next stitch, the first stitch after the chain space, go in with one single crochet, into the next stitch with one single crochet, and into the next stitch with one single crochet. That just makes it look a little bit more even, you know what I mean? And then let me turn it this way. Oh my god. Okay, and then into this space right here, one single crochet, and we're just gonna keep doing what we've been doing. And then we're here at the corner. So into this chain space, do one, and then into this first stitch here, make a single crochet, because this is a chain space. These are just spaces, but they're not a chain. So that's why we're going into the space and then into the very first stitch. And one more single crochet. It's looking beautiful. And into this space. Oh my god, guys, look. Oh my god, this is gonna bother me so much. Everybody pretend like you didn't see it, but I put a cluster of 4. Oh my god, I messed up. That's gonna bother me so much. I don't know if I should like skip one. Oh no, I hate that. I know this happens to everyone sometimes. It's the worst feeling when that happens. You realize you missed one. When you missed one stitch or you did one too many. We're just gonna pretend it's not there. This is our little secret, guys. Don't tell anybody. That's crazy. Okay, so continue with your single crochets all the way down, and we're almost done, guys. I'm really excited. Okay, so we are coming to the corner right here. So one single crochet, one single crochet. Okay, the chain space is right here. That's the chain. Slip stitch into this chain space. Right there's the chain. And just count 3 from 1, 2, 3. And then slip stitch into the chain space. And now you are going to chain up 100 again. Pull that tight. Cut it off. Yay, and we're done. Let's go in here and I'll show you how to weave in some ends. So here I already weaved it in as I was crocheting. So we can cut that off. Right here we're gonna weave this in. Also a good time to like do any mistakes. Like here I don't like how loose it is. So weaving ends is great because you can go kind of back in here, back through here, and just secure that a little bit tighter. And now I'm gonna go through this way. See if you can see. And I like to go kind of back and forth, so I went this way. And now I'm going to skip this very first one, this very first stitch, and go back the other way. Just keeping it nice and secure. Don't pull it too tight. And cut that off. And where else? here I weaved in. See, this is a great thing about weaving in as you go. Just laying the thread flat on top like I showed y'all before. And I also want to give y'all a little tip. So you see how the ends are coming up a little bit, especially right here. I really want it to lay flat. So what you can do is grab a steamer. So you just take one of these steamers. Thankfully I have lines on my bed, so I just pinned it to my bed, and then just go like this. Try to keep everything nice and straight, down and then across. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, so normally I would be grabbing this side and making sure that this all stays straight. But once you finish, you can also smooth it out with your hand, let it dry a little bit, and then it really makes the yarn a little bit softer. It makes everything a little bit more straight. So
this is how the blue top we just made is looking. I did one less row on this one than I did on the black. So it gives me a little bit more of a crop top. So just keep that in mind when you're making this, of whether you want to keep going. If you keep going, obviously it's also increasing back here. But I think this came out absolutely adorable. Let me know how it came out for you. Let me know down in the comments below what color you decided to make. And let me know if you have any questions. Again, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel so much. And I will see you in the next one. The next one, I think we're gonna do a pumpkin for fall. So I'm excited about that. But stay tuned and I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much.